Welcome to Brussels.
Hello everyone and welcome to this guide for Brussels. I'll take you through what we got up to over 4 days in Belgium and share some tips for some of the top attractions. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a comment and subscribe for more travel content like this. But first, I'm going to share with you where we stayed whilst we were in Brussels. We stayed at Numa Lief, which is a serviced apartment with keyless check-in. We booked a deluxe double room and for 4 nights it cost a total of £333. The room was a great size and the bed was so comfortable. Tea and coffee facilities were available and we also had a nice view. Across the road is a great vegan cafe where we had breakfast in the mornings. On site there is also a locker room so you can safely store your luggage if you arrive early or leave later after checkout. There is also a gym, but we didn't use this, and a communal reception area. We enjoyed our stay here, but it's time to show you what Brussels has to offer. We started our trip at the Royal Museums of Fine Arts of Belgium. There are several collections across this group of museums, so make sure that you book the right ticket. We purchased the combo ticket for the Old Masters collection and the Magritte Museum, which costs €15 per adult. We started with the Magritte Museum. Magritte painted many famous pieces of art, most notably the Son of Man in 1964. Unfortunately, a lot of his more recognisable art is kept in private collections. However, they did have a version of the Treachery of Images, which was cool to see. After the Magritte Museum, we headed to the Old Masters collection. This series of paintings span the 15th and 18th centuries. The grandeur of some of these paintings was incredible. They were huge and a very different style to Magritte's work. Once you finished at the museum, walk for 8 minutes to Mont Des Arts, which is a beautiful garden and one of the areas I vividly remember coming to see when I visited Brussels 10 years ago. Unfortunately, it rained for most of our time in Brussels, but that didn't stop us from visiting some of the other outdoor sites too. After visiting Mont Des Arts, head over to the Grand Place. The Grand Place is a city square with beautifully elegant historical buildings that date back to the 14th century. There are also tons of chocolate shops in this area, so try some Belgian chocolate, but more on that a bit later. Close to the Grand Place is the famous water fountain Manneken Pis. I'm sure you can see why people find this funny and want to take a photo of it. For our second full day in Brussels, we actually decided to take a day trip to Luxembourg. We booked through Get Your Guide with Brussels City Tours and it cost £46 each. I've made a whole separate video about this day trip, so this is just a snippet, but I'll leave the video in the description if you want to go check it out at the end, and I'll also leave a link to the tour that we did in the description too. We had a great day out and got to stop off in a southern Belgian city called De Nantes before heading on to Luxembourg. The drive in total did take about 3 hours, so just bear that in mind, but once in Luxembourg City, we got a guided tour and then some free time to explore the city by ourselves. This was a very fun excursion and also ticks off visiting another country in Europe. But now it's time to share with you one of Brussels' top tourist attractions.
Good morning everyone. Today we are heading to the Atomium and we are walking to Brussels Midi so we can get I think it's the metro we have to get. And yeah, gonna have another nice day out in Brussels.
Using public transport in Brussels is super easy because you can just use your phone or a contactless card. To get to the Atomium, take the number 6 metro to the second to last stop. As soon as you come out of the station, you'll see the huge structure.
So we're outside the Atomium, which is kind of like an event space and exhibit location, and basically each sphere has a different exhibit in it, although the time that we are here, which is the end of January, one of the spheres is actually closed, so we do get a €2 discount on our ticket. However, when the whole thing is open, it is €15 to go up, and you also get a very good view of the city at the very top. So the time that we're here, you can't book online because one of the exhibits is closed and they're doing the discount, so you have to get tickets at this ticket office here. And so we went to go buy tickets, and just by chance, a lovely man came up to Toby, wasn't me, came up to Toby and was like, I have extra tickets because I basically accidentally booked more tickets than necessary, and so he gave us 2 tickets for free, which is very kind.
First, we were like, this is a scalper or something.
Yeah,
I was thinking, I'm not taking tickets off a stranger man who just came up. But I was like, he's a very nice guy, and I was like, and he didn't ask for anything in return. He's like, yeah, do you want the tickets? I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, so we didn't pay and we were just queuing up to get in, and I was thinking, oh my god, she's going to scan the tickets and tell us like we can't get in or something. But now we're
the illegal ticket.
Yeah. But now we're in, and I think we're waiting for the queue to get in the lift to go up to the top. We're not really sure. But yes, the ticket is actually €16. I thought it was 15. It's 16. But we also have now gotten in for free. So the world works in mysterious ways. Thank you to the lovely man who gave us the tickets. So we've been here about an hour, and we're still not upstairs. We're still in the queue. So just bear that in mind if you are coming to the Atomium on a Sunday. We're here on a Sunday. But I can imagine it's probably pretty busy any time of day, really. It's now nearly 1 o'clock, so we got here about 10 to 12, and yeah, we've been waiting in this queue for an hour. Obviously we didn't have to pay, so that is a bonus, but it's been an hour and we're still not upstairs yet.
After about an hour and 10 minutes of waiting, it was finally our turn to get in the lift and go straight to the top. As we were now very hungry, we decided to head straight to the restaurant for lunch. The restaurant offers great views of the city and fantastic food. From our table, we got a great view of Mini Europe, which is another tourist attraction here in Brussels. Unfortunately, it's not open during the winter months, however, we did enjoy looking at it from above, and one day we will be back to see it up close.
Okay, I'm going to be quick because this is actually quite a fancy restaurant. But yeah, we came in, we had to wait an hour, but you don't have to come to the restaurant, like we just chose to because we're hungry, like really hungry. But yeah, it's really fancy. And we've been given a view, which is nice because originally we came in and they sat us at a table that didn't have a view, and we were a bit like, but then a table freed up and they were like, do you want it? And we were like, absolutely. So we've got a nice view, but the food looks incredible. As we walked in, we saw some of it and I was like, wow. So I'll show you when it comes out.
Toby had a 3-course meal, whereas I only had 2. Now, the restaurant is a little on the pricey side. Our food and drinks came to about €135, but I do think it was worth it, and we both agreed that the food was incredible. I genuinely said, this is some of the best food I've ever had in my life.
So it's now 3:45 and we've just finished lunch upstairs, and now we're doing the actual Atomium. And the views are actually incredible, and I'm going to show you because it's really cool. So we were basically sat above this, so we would have seen this viewpoint already. That is Mini Europe, which I'm gutted is not open in the winter because it just looks like so much fun. It will open up again in March, but yeah, fortunately we can't go there because it's not open at the moment. So it's definitely not as big as we thought. I don't know why we thought it was going to be bigger, but yeah, this is the restaurant up those stairs. And then we're now in the queue to get into the lift to go round the other spheres, which have the kind of like stuff in them to see. So we're now in the first sphere that they take you to. So the lift brings you down to 1 level. So when you enter the lift at the base level on the ground, you go straight up to the top, which gives you panoramic views of the city. And there's also the restaurant at the very top, which is what we went and ate at, which was incredible. Honestly, the food was some of the best food I've ever had in my life. It was incredible. Pricey, but worth it. Anyway, so this is the first sphere. Lots of colours. There's music going on as well. There's another section where you have to go down some stairs. But yeah, we're gonna see what the rest of the spheres are like. So originally the Atomium was built for the 1958 Brussels World Fair. Look at these images that they have from it. Like, I think that's incredible. So we're now in the kind of like exhibit area where you can learn more about how it was made, and the name Atomium comes from combining the words atom and aluminium, which is pretty cool to learn. But it was made for the 1958 Belgian World Fair, and yeah, it's pretty cool. We've had a lot of fun. Also, we've been here many hours, not only because it took an hour to get in, but also we were in the restaurant for about 2 hours. I think going around the actual spheres themselves has only really taken about 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously one of them's closed, so we got one fewer. But yeah, we went through those pretty quick.
Yeah, so bear that in mind. An hour, if you're not coming to the restaurant, an hour to queue for about 45 minutes going around, maybe an hour if the other sphere was open. So, yeah. However, we did realise that if you pre-book a table at the restaurant, then firstly, you don't need a ticket, you can just come straight in. But if you do want to have food at the restaurant and also look around the spheres like we have done, you can skip all the queues. So you buy your normal ticket, make a reservation for the restaurant online, and then you could skip the queue and you don't have to wait an hour. So yeah, but then the restaurant is expensive. So there's pros and cons to doing both. There's still quite a queue, and I mean, we've finished now, so that's mad. So we've now finished at the Atomium, and it was good fun. I enjoyed it, and the food was great. However, it has just started to spit, so we're going to head back into the city centre. Well, I want to get some Belgian chocolate, because I've not done that yet. And Toby wants to have a Belgian waffle, because we've not done that yet either. And I also want to get some traditional Belgian fries. Whether or not we'll do that all today or tomorrow, we'll find out.
Whilst on the way home, we decided to grab some Belgian chocolate. We googled the top places to shop at, and Laurent, Gerbaud, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, was second on the list. The store we went to was also a cafe, so it was filled with people, and a lot of the chocolate had already been sold as we got there in the late afternoon. They offer vegan and normal milk chocolate infused with various things, and we asked the server for her recommendations. The price is based on the weight of the chocolate, and for our 2 bags it was around €16. Keep watching to see us taste test the chocolate, but now it's on to VeganWaf. VeganWaf make vegan and gluten-free waffles. Whilst Toby isn't vegan, he is dairy-free, so he was very excited at the prospect of having a dairy-free Belgian waffle. You can choose to add 1, 2 or 3 toppings, and the price varies on how many you pick. Wow, lovely. Toby's trying the vegan waffle.
Incredible. This is so good. This is the best vegan dessert I've ever had. That's good. And I've had a lot of vegan desserts.
Yeah. So Toby just tried the vegan waffle, which he said was delicious.
Absolutely incredible. Very highly recommend if you're a fellow milk sufferer. Get a vegan waffle from VeganWaf. It's very good.
But we are now going to try the classic Belgian fries. So our tour guide from when we went to Luxembourg said that there are 2 really good, more kind of traditional fry cafes, or what would you call them, takeaways? Street food, that's the word, thank you. Where you can get like better style original Belgian fries rather than just like normal chips you could get. And they are Fritland and Patatak. So we're going to go to Fritland today. Maybe we'll go to Patatak tomorrow. And we're going to go try some Belgian fries. And who doesn't love chips? So I already know they're going to be amazing. It also says that this street food cafe thing is like open from 11 a.m. until like 1 a.m. every day, and then till 3 a.m. on a Friday and Saturday. So crazy stuff. So this is Fritland. We're going to get some chips. It's very busy inside, so we might have to sit out here and try them. So we've got some frites, and we've got loads of ketchup on them. But yeah, no one was queuing, so it took like 30 seconds, but let's try them. That was good. They're nice and crispy, which I like. However, this did cost €10, wasn't it? €5 each for a cone, which to be fair, you do get quite a lot.
I think it's €4 without sauce.
This Fritland is just around the corner from the Grand Platz, so very easy to find. It tastes good. And it's open like all day, so if you fancy chips, come here.
So we're now back at our hotel room and we're going to do a taste test of the chocolates that we bought. They did vegan chocolate, which is why we got 2 separate bags. Those are your ones, the vegan ones.
Thank you.
And these are my normal ones. Oh my god, that smells incredible.
Not much swearing on them.
I can't remember which one this is, but we'll go for it.
Wow.
Wow. I told you they were going to be so rich.
What
is that?
This is my lemon peel one.
Oh.
And I blew my head off.
I can smell the lemon.
That is lemony. Delicious though. This might be one of the nicest things I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh, honey. It's good. We googled what was like some of the top chocolate shops you can get here. And this was like second on the list. Highly recommend. On our final day, we decided to have brunch at Chicago as they offered a vegan breakfast that Toby could have. The interior of this cafe was so cool. It felt like a proper old school cafeteria and all the furniture was mismatched, which I loved. As I only had a croissant, I was still pretty hungry afterwards, so we walked over to Patatak to try their chips. This time we shared a large portion of fries and had ketchup on the side, which cost us €6.
Okay, we're at Patatak, which is the other chip restaurant, takeaway food place that our tour guide from Luxembourg suggested. And already I think these chips look better than the other ones. Oh my god. And it's already better because the ketchup comes in a little pot rather than squirted all the way over them, which just kind of, I wouldn't say it necessarily ruined them, but it definitely didn't make it as good as this is.
To be fair, I think Fritland did have the option of having it on the side.
That is
we asked for it to take away.
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do?
Which do you prefer, Fritland or Patatak?
I don't know. I quite like both. They're a bit different. These ones are a bit they taste more like triple cooked, kind of deeper fried things. A bit more battery, whereas the other ones are a bit more kind of slightly more soggy, potatoey British fish and chip shop chips.
Yeah, we were saying that they tasted like fish and chip shop chips, which, oh my god, I love. Fritland was €5 including sauce. This was €6 including sauce. This is the large portion of chips, but they do a smaller version as well.
On our last day, it wasn't raining, so for the rest of the day, we walked around the city. We ended up at the Royal Gallery of St. Hubert, which is a shopping centre that really reminded me of the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II in Milan. I hope you enjoyed this Brussels City guide. If you found it helpful, please feel free to let me know in the comments and leave this video a like. You can check out our day trip to Luxembourg by clicking the video in the description or on screen. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more travel content, and I'll see you in the next one.